What's up, gang? It's your boy, D Brooks. Again with another video. I'm getting ready to install this alternator bracket. It's still got the old line on here from the truck. I'm gonna remove the alternator just for weight savings right now so I can mount it into these holes. Yeah, I took this off of one of those other engines over there a long time ago and just spray painted it or whatever. So we're gonna try to use this. Ooh, that's at least 10 pounds. Oh, this is so much lighter. It's so much lighter now. Okay. All right, where do I want to mount this? I think I'm gonna put it right there. Yeah. Let me make sure this actually threads in there. Okay. That should work. Yeah, I don't even think I was putting it in the right hole before. Now I'm like, damn. Come on. We're gonna put it on the 1. I don't like that. I don't want to cross thread it. Looks like I tried to cross thread it a little bit. I see some material there. It should go in there still. All right, guys, sorry about that. Had to move my microphone around. The mic was hanging on my chest, and I don't like my, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to have a hamburger meat out like that. So I think we back. We're gonna get this bracket on here real quick. Taking that alternator off really lightened it up a lot. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get that hooked in there. Boom. Now, still feels like there's a little bit of, okay. Feels like there's a little bit of tension there. Again, we don't want to strip our heads out. We want to make sure the bolts go in there smooth. So I'm getting them in there finger tight. There was another bolt I dropped, but we're gonna use the ratchet because the ratchet ain't as, it don't put as much torque in as the impact. And we don't wanna, like I said, we don't wanna strip anything, so we're gonna use the ratchy-datchy. These ain't the ones that was in here, are they? Nah. Where are those ones at? I think, yeah, they were rusty as hell. These came out of the alternator right here. See, they're just long enough for that? Yeah. Put Maybe a little extension on here if I can find it. If not, I'll grab another extension. Y'all stay tuned. All right, guys, so I got my extension. This is the long extension. I wanted to use my short one, but we'll use this one. Hopefully it'll work. Yeah. Now that ain't all the way tight. I'm trying to, you know what I mean? You know, situate it. Yeah. So let's see if this is what we want. Yep. So we got this hose, which is going to replace this hose. You know, hopefully we can manipulate it. You know what I mean? Because we're going to have manifolds over there, so I mean, if worst push come to shove, we may have to remove this bracket again. But I would really like to make this work. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. There's a couple other ones I got. Where I ended up actually cutting the hose off the car because I would, you know, never want to deal with this, but I just don't want to make another hose is what I'm getting at. Here's one. Oh. It looks about the same as that one. Big hard hook. So I mean, honestly, it should work. Unless that one also came off of a van. I don't know. I guess the only way for me to tell is to go look at my truck outside. Just see. Because I know people have used the truck style before. But you see on these, like I cut them in the past. And I really don't want to have to make a new line if I can use the old one. So now keep in mind, some of my engines are from trucks, some of them are from vans. So the power steering bracket may not actually be compatible. I mean, it'll be compatible, but it would be a lot harder than the truck if it's from a van. That's what I'm getting at. But this happens to look like one from a truck because I think the van even has like an extension and a whole bunch of other stuff. So if I remember correctly, and people have used these in the past, so maybe I just got to muscle up and, you know, open this up a little bit, you know, without messing it up. You know, open that bend up a little bit. I know people have gotten them to work in the past. Get in there. And let's see. Push this back like that. I'm not sure how guys were doing it. Like I said, push come to shove, I'll just make a new line. But I'm trying to be cheap. Honestly, what I should do, since this actually fits and this is on this car, I should just take this one off and put it on there. If truth be told. because I think this will thread into there. So that might be the move. It might be messy, but I think that's the move. We'll just take this one out. After we take that, we're gonna spray that first, because I know it'll probably break, so let's spray it. May have to heat it up or something, but we'll spray. We should be able to reuse one of these things. We'll spray it. Yeah. So we'll let that soften up a little bit. And then we may have to get in there and remove that line. Yeah. And then we'll remove this power steering pump, which we were gonna do anyways, and just use that line. Yeah, so we're trying to save money, guys. That's the whole point. I mean, we could make a new one. I've done that in the past with AN fittings and everything, but between one of these lines, we got a good line. You know what I mean? They're probably both good, but this one seems to be good. It's a little bent. Hopefully it ain't, fucked up. I mean, hopefully it ain't too bad. It still flows and stays out of the way. I think it'll work. I'll put a little bit of that blaster on that one too. You know what I mean? A little blaster on him. Yeah. So put a little blaster on that guy, and let's get our I think I got some line wrenches in one of these drawers. Now, y'all don't gotta look up in here. I mean, if y'all wanna look, you can. I mean, I'm not that organized, but y'all wanna make fun of my tools, okay. Oh well, that's what I said. Y'all wanna make fun of my tools, oh well. Why am I thinking that? I don't know. You know, I just, maybe a little insecure, I guess. I don't know. I would have done it like that. That ain't it. That's a 17. You know, every time you do something, somebody else would have done it differently. See, that ain't it. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, that's a good wire too. Maybe I'm gonna have to start using the cheap wire for that, because I don't want to ruin that one for charging, you know what I mean? There it is. There it is. Okay. So righty tighty, lefty loosey. All right, so I know it's not attached, so I'm gonna have to really think about, you know, how I'm gonna get this off of here without moving the whole thing, because it's gonna wanna move, you know? So I wanna move. This is how legends are made. Is that it? in case stuff want to explode. All right, nothing to see here. Okay, what did we do wrong? Nothing. I didn't see nothing wrong, did you? Was it that song though? Got it. Now, don't want to make a mess. Before we even loosen it all the way up, as you can see, it's loose now. Let's loosen that one up. I think I should. Can you take the cap off of that? This? Yeah, power steering cap. Yeah. I'm always like trying not to push too hard because it's still on the jack stands. So I'm always like fighting myself, like throttling it. Cause like I could have like probably just got it, but I'm always worried about falling off. The car getting pushed off the lift and falling on me. So like you can't just go He-Man on it because you could knock the car down, you know? And that would be not worth it, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what I'd be thinking about. Like, what? I thought you were strong. I thought you were strong. So we had to take this out. Ended up cutting that line, but this wouldn't come out of that fitting. This is inside the power steering line. So I'm gonna see if I can use the vise to get this out. And then we'll use the new line from the other one, so. Yeah. Let's see if we can get her. The O-ring out of the old pump that was already on the Box Chevy was bad, real flat, not very round. So we got a new one. And then let's wipe this off real quick. You got the O-ring right here. It's on there. I can't really see. I should probably do this from the top. So you can see where I'm gonna go with this. We don't want to pop this, so, but I think this is the path I'm gonna go with it. It's not really a clear-cut path right now. It's interfering with the other line. It doesn't really spin. This may not work without some manipulation. It looks like I'm gonna end up making my own line. I was trying to reuse this one. It's just like, it's already bent and it's just like kind of hard to get it in here, and I've already wasted way too much time messing with this, trying to be cheap. And if I would have just did it the way I usually do it, maybe I would have already spent the same amount of time, but it would be done. Not getting ready to go spend the same amount of time again, you know, and a mess, which the messes are kind of inevitable, you know, but yeah, it is what it is. We're just gonna go ahead and get up at this point. Let's see what we got here. All right, so we can take, we took the old line right here. This is the return. So we're gonna probably make a return that's real short because that is way too out of the range. This is supposed to be the return, which is gonna go right here. And then this is the feed. So ultimately what we'll end up doing is taking these out, which sometimes that can be tough, depending on, okay, good. And how that wants to act, okay. So we'll get in there with those, yank them bad boys out. I mean, we made some progress. You know, we discovered that it's not going to be a cakewalk. You know what I mean? Anytime you come in the shop and just like find out one way didn't work, or you find out you got to do it differently, you did make progress, because now you know more than you didn't know yesterday, or you know more than you did yesterday as far as what you need to do. So yeah, I kind of feel like, man, I didn't get a whole bunch done, but I fiddle farted with this a little bit, and now I know I want to make my own lines. I usually do the, what is it? Forget the name of it. Well, it's usually AN fittings and like a certain like type of line. I forget. I have to Google it real quick, but I usually do that instead of just the regular AN lines. They're a little bit better. Shoot. They're also really good for E85. But yeah, I usually do that. I got some special fittings for it. So I may even have some extra line laying around for this, but I'm gonna have to look around and just see what I got laying around in the shop. I do have a lot of little stuff like that, so I know that I got to take that off now. I got my pulleys lined up, so we're good there. I have something that I'm gonna work on next time I come in here, which is this. So yeah, and we got the power steering mount bracket mounted up in there. I mean, this is usually, for most people, it seems like this is a, you know, a pretty straightforward swap. I don't know why I'm catching so much flack. Maybe because I bent the lines when I took the engine out. Maybe these lines were straighter and I bent them. I don't know. But it's giving me a little bit of a fight. And I like things to kind of go together smooth. And if it's giving me too much of a fight, I just go a different approach. You know what I mean? Try a different approach. So I'm just going to make my own lines. I want to say MPT fittings. I can't remember. I'm still thinking about that. NFT, MPT, it's not NFT. Y'all put it in the comments. Y'all put it in the comments if y'all remember what those lines are called. But yeah, we'll get some of those. Get that part done. Wrap that up. We can get that power steering line out of the engine bay. And then we'll get rid of this little leak we got going on here. Next, we'll set the water pump in there. Maybe we won't get too far down the line with the water pump. We'll go ahead and get the harness in the engine compartment before we get all this stuff in the way. So that way we have room to work. We don't want to pigeonhole ourselves too much because we want room to work. Putting all the accessories in and stuff can be kind of in the way when you're reaching over it and stuff like that. So I was actually able to find some fittings I already had. Yeah, I found some fittings that I already had in the shop, which were these two fittings. I'm gonna see if they fit. I'm pretty sure they will fit, but I'm gonna remove the old lines just to see. And then we'll put those in, and then we'll work towards building our power steering system. So, yeah, let's see if we can get the 5/8 on here. All right, we made light work of that. So now we can put a socket on there and an impact. Get them on out of there. Threads are a little gummy in there. We're gonna run this in and out of there a couple times just to clean them threads up a little bit. So now that we got that figured out, we can go ahead and start preparing our power steering lines and thinking about what we need to buy. I still can't remember the name of the line that it's called. I think it's a PFT or Teflon. I can't remember exactly, but I have some left over. I'll bring it over here. So basically what this line is, and I'll probably end up using this one because I think I got enough here. But it has like this little liner inside that makes it rated a lot higher than like your standard AN line. So we'll use this. I usually cut it with a grinder, and then I have like a little special tool. I gotta locate it. We'll probably cut just a little bit off so we don't have to deal with this part that's open. And then we'll probably just cut just this part off, put some tape on it and cut it. Usually we use a grinder to cut it, boom, and then make our fitting. But yeah, this stuff is kind of tough to deal with sometimes, but it is what it is. I want to say it's MPT, NFT, I can't remember. Y'all put it in there, and then in the comments, y'all let me know. I can't think of it right now. But if you guys like the video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.